Yeah, yo, I just heard some news that I know I don't like. There's this lady, she's a representative from Georgia. Her name is Shun Kendrick. What is it with these fucking apostrophes in these names? When I started out in the school district, I started out as a substitute teacher. And when I would look at the roster for the kids in the class and I saw a bunch of apostrophes, I knew it was going to be a whole bunch of chaos for that 40 minutes or hour and a half, wherever it was. I knew it was going to be a problem, all them apostrophes and shit. If I human resources people in these businesses, when they see a name with an apostrophe, I wouldn't be surprised if they threw that shit right away, right in the trash can. Because they know there's an attitude, or they don't know, but they assume there's an attitude that goes with a niggerfied name like that. Because who was stupid enough to give you that name? Somebody that obviously didn't think that you would be going for a job as a congresswoman. But anyway, she's 36 years old, and she's from Atlanta, Georgia. She's a Democrat, and that's what we need to do. We need to vote Republican, black men, because and she's from Oglethorpe University. She went to University of Georgia. She has a law degree from there. And she also went to Kennesaw State. And she's a fucking AKA, man, one of them black sororities. And ain't none of them black sororities nothing I would want to be a part of, not a sorority or a fraternity.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
They actually wanted me to pledge Alpha when I was in college based on the way I carry myself, but when they knew that I don't fucking get down with cliques and I don't really fuck with people like that, they didn't ask me. But she's dark-skinned chick, and they're usually deltas, and the AKAs are usually light-skinned. But my sister's dark-skinned, and she's an AKA.
You've arrived.
Yeah, that scene in School Days when they're saying good and bad hair. That's really basically the AKAs versus the deltas. So she's proposed this thing called the Testicular bill. You guys, I don't think you need a health lesson. You know what your testiculars are and where they're at and what they're used for. And the fact that women don't have them. So this should tell you right there. It's called the Testicular bill. Why would you not think that that shit is geared towards men, taking men down? Anyway, I'm going to let you look at the video and let you see what kind of propositions and stipulations and restrictions and guidelines are in this testicular bill. I tell you, boy, you got to know after the end of this video here that I show you about this woman, it is an all-out war on black men, number one. And number two, we do not have an ally in black women. We don't. We have an enemy in them. Not no casual acquaintance, not no associate, an enemy of the state. Any woman, Democrat, black, running for Congress, an enemy of the state. No, that's what we are as black men, enemy of the state. They want to put us in the welfare system so that these women benefit from that shit. No!
A Georgia lawmaker is hoping to spark a conversation, drafting a surprising piece of legislation. She's calling it the Testicular Bill of Rights, a direct response to the anti-abortion bill known as the Heartbeat Bill, currently making its way through the state house. Democratic Representative Shun Kendrick posted about her proposal on Twitter. A picture shows a request for its drafting. The bill would require men to get permission from their sex partner before they can get a prescription for medications like Viagra. For men, having sex without a condom would become a sexual assault. They'd also have to wait 24 hours before buying pornographic material or sex toys in the state. DNA testing would be required once a pregnant woman reached 6 weeks in one day to find out who fathered an unborn child and require him to begin paying child support right away. It would also ban all vasectomies in the state, listing the same punishments as those in the anti-abortion bill. A lot of folks talking about this one, so here's what some of you were saying on our Up Late and 11 Live Facebook page. Wade saying, this is brilliant. Alana is saying, I particularly like the child support piece, but they're all good in there. This should pass. But this comment coming from Jackie saying, this is stupid. A lot of you saying this, that this is a waste of time. There's more important things to address. Representative Kendrick, though, says she knows that this has little chance of passing, but she says she's trying to keep people talking about this anti-abortion bill in opposition of it.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay Bell.
Fellas, did y'all see that? You talk about control. You need permission from the woman to get Viagra that you're going to take to make your dick hard. But you need permission from the woman. Sex, bareback, raw sex is sexual assault. Niggas is going to jail off of that right there. This is about putting niggas in prison. This shit is serious. This ain't no pretend shit, man. This shit is real shit. You got to wait 24 hours before you buy sex toys and pornography. That, to me, men don't really fuck with sex toys. And pornography, yeah, men do pornography, but women, a lot of sexually deviant women want to watch porn to get horny with you. I've had that a couple times, and it quite honestly turned me the fuck off. I never watched porn with it. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. With a much younger chick than the girl I was with at the time. So they also want you paying child support for an unborn child. So I think it said 6 weeks in a day, they can test to see if you're the father, then you start paying. Yeah, and then they banning vasectomies. The smart guys would say, I'll just get a vasectomy and I ain't getting nobody pregnant, but then you still got to use a condom. But if the smart guys would really get a vasectomy. If I was really, like, I'm 45, if I was 25, I would really consider, if they pass this bill, I would strongly consider getting a vasectomy. But now I'm going to suggest that everybody 25 and under, why don't y'all just castrate yourselves, man? It's like, but seriously, it's almost like that's what they're trying to do, castrate all of us at the balls, not giving us any rights at all and letting these women just take over and have more rights than they've already had. And if you saw at the end, the women that were commenting saying, I like the child support thing, I bet they do like it. I bet you this girl that's proposing this bill, she's a member of Congress in Georgia, the House of Representatives, I think. Now, I'm sure I didn't get to read, it didn't go into her personal life, whether she had kids and was married or not. I didn't get to see any of that. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a single mom or was raised by a single mom or her sister's a single mom or a lot of her sorors in that Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority are fucking single moms. And she did this shit to help them. I'm sure they sit around in their powwows and talk about how we as black men aren't any good and we're not taking care of our responsibilities and all that stuff when you weren't responsible enough to fucking take a pill. And civilization is going by the wayside, guys. You think about it. If you give a woman power to make decisions, she's going to make illogical, emotional, irrational decisions with things like war policy, with things like funding of things. Like she may think that there should be more funding towards breast cancer research than it should be towards testicular cancer, I'm sure. You know, that kind of stuff. They're going to basically be there to give themselves more rights and give us more responsibilities. And I just don't see where this is going to really help society at all. I really don't. If you look at the collapse of any great civilization, once women got too far up in the Senate or Parliament, wherever the fuck, shit did not go right. I don't look for this shit to go right for men or women. And also, guys, another thing I wanted to touch on too is with this lack of resources these women are going to be experiencing in the next year or so, there's going to be a lot of homeless chicks out there. Going to be a lot of needy chicks out there. Don't mess with no chick. Bring her in your house because she's needy and you can fuck her quick. That you don't know how many chicks was going living pillar to post and, you know, didn't really have no permanent residence, and I happen to have my own place and some time to entertain them. Oh, they would say, oh, well, I could really use a nice shower right now. That was the precursor to whatever went down. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what that means. So, but don't be moving these needy bitches in your house now, because what they're going to do is they're going to get you with a false allegation, get you raised the fuck up out of there and try to live up in your shit. You got to watch how these motherfuckers are going to behave once their resources start getting cut. That's why they're looking to have motherfuckers pay child support before the child's even born. Get more money for these women. Don't you fall for that shit.